Alrighty, hello everyone. So I'm going to be doing this reading around your spell work. Let's take a look and see. And this can be any kind of spell work. This can be candle magic, earth magic, herbal magic, water magic, pretty much, anything. I'm going to be taking a look and seeing, like, what's going on with your spell work, how is it progressing, if there are any blockages, or if you need to redo it, or if the spell work is successful, all those things. So you can go ahead and pick your pile. We're going to choose from pile 1, 2, and 3. And we'll go ahead and get into your reading, starting with pile number 1. All right, hello, pile one. So I already pulled your cards out. I shuffled on camera, but I ended up having to fix the camera resolution. So anyway, the cards that I got for you was the Hierophant. It says religion, ethics, tradition, marriage, knowledge, beliefs, conformity. Then we have self care, martyrdom, insecurity, dependence, lack of direction, spiritual path, procrastination. Okay, so I feel like you guys, you're trying to do your spell work in a way that is very traditional. It's like you're trying to go by the book, but I feel like that's not going to work for you. I feel like you guys may have insecurity around whether or not this spell work will work because whatever tradition or whatever rule book that you're trying to go by doesn't align with you spiritually. So I feel like you guys it's like you conducted the spell work properly, right? You went by the book, but this does not align with you. So I feel like you guys, you're trying to find a solution, but you found the solution in the wrong practice, meaning you went to a practice that doesn't align with you spiritually. And if this doesn't align with you spiritually, y- a lot of our spell work has to do with our own power, right? And our own belief in it working. And I feel like you guys, you're not going to be able to pour into this spell work if you're not in alignment with the practice where this spell work comes from. Okay, so there's something about this practice that you guys decided to utilize that is very by the book. If you're going very by the book, if that's what this practice is, I feel like this doesn't really fit you. Um, so you're not going to be able to really like change up this type of spell work, right? This is if you utilized a practice or you utilize some kind of spell work from a specific practice, you're you shouldn't take that spell and try to modify it, right? That's not how that's going to go, or that usually won't work. You're going to have to find a practice that enables you to well that can enable you to be more eclectic, or find a practice that aligns with you. So it's interesting because this card says there needs to be more focus on your spirituality and mental health. Tend to your deepest needs to ensure you're well enough to care for others. Your emotions are getting the best of you. With lack of direction, spiritual path, and procrastination, I'm getting this feeling of like, why isn't this working? Why isn't the spell working? The spell isn't working because the practice that you're utilizing is not in alignment with you. So you've seen this spell work for others, and it works for others because that spell work is in alignment with that person. But you're not in alignment with this practice. So there is a need for you to be more okay. You're going to have to put the spell work on pause. You're going to have to put it on pause. Um, this isn't, it's like you're trying to do a spell work from someone else's grimoire, you know? You're trying to do spell work from someone else's spell book. But there is a there is a need for you to pause and reflect on where you align spiritually. You cannot pick up someone else's spell book and start casting, you know? You're going to have to find what works for you so that your spell work can be more potent, is what I'm hearing. That's what's being channeled right now is um you're going to have to put a pause. I'm seeing the high priestess. So you're going to have to go within. You're going to have to find your own way, your own route. And just, make sure that your spell work isn't borrowing from a closed practice. Otherwise, if you can find some kind of spell work practice that is in alignment with you and doesn't culturally appropriate, this will be a much stronger this will have a much stronger outcome. But you will need to take some time and find out where you are spiritually. So if you've been sitting here thinking to yourself like, man, I don't know if this is going to work, or you just haven't felt confident, or this spell feels out of alignment, it doesn't align with you, this is not where you need to go. Like, for example, right? I used to think that I could align with Ifa. I could align with Lukumi even. And even though I tried, I got this sense of like, this type of practice um is not in alignment with me. So whatever I do in this specific ATR, in this African traditional religion, it's not going to resonate with me. I'm not, there's something here where you guys just aren't, you're not resonating. And you got to listen to that. This is your spirit telling you, hey, we got to go a different way. You know, even though this spell worked for someone else or for several other people, this isn't really going to work for you. And at the bottom of your deck, you have the Magician reversed. And it says illusion, deception, lack of energy, confusion, ill intent. Yeah. So what not steps out, what stands out the most to me is lack of energy and confusion. Yeah, I feel like your spirit and your spell work practice are out of alignment. And the reason why you're confused right now is because you've seen this spell work for others, but it's not working for you. So there's a need for you to take a step back, um, pause on the spell work, and go within spiritually to find out what works for you. You got to figure that out first. The next cards I'm going to pull a couple Oracle because I want to see what will help you make your manifestation stronger. So give me 1 second. Alrighty, I had to take a break to really understand what this card meant, but I'm understanding. So you guys are being asked to trust in your ability. Okay, trust in your ability to be inspired, right? So when you feel inspired, do the thing, right? Like when you feel inspired to look into something, to study something, to try something, research it, look into it, look deeper into it, before you act upon it. Um, and let your inspiration lead you, because I feel like you guys, you could be going by the book. You could be going by the book because you may not trust yourself. You may not trust yourself, and you trust in the established practices already. But I feel like the universe is wanting you to trust in your inspiration so that you can find what really works for you, because it feels like you could be just operating out of this space of a lack of self-trust, which is why I probably saw the high priestess. So there's a need for you guys to learn how to trust yourself, learn how to um learn how to allow your inspiration to guide you to your next step. That's what I'm really feeling. And so it does take a level of openness. Like it takes a level of like, okay, well, let's just see where this takes me. You don't have to fully commit to this thing, but at least see it through, at least find out what it is, at least find out what it means for you or how it applies to you before just brushing it off or not trusting it because it's not an established thing already, because what is established does not work for you. um I feel like you guys, you're trying to go the established route, but that's not for you. You kind of need to follow your own intuition, follow your own instinct, follow your own gut feeling. And when you get to like it, I feel like you're going to be rewarded for this every time you follow your inspiration, right? So maybe let's say you feel inspired to do like moon magic, even though moon magic goes against this already established practice, right? Or maybe moon magic is not a factor here. So you might be a little bit weary. You might be a little bit like, oh, I don't know. Like, this isn't something that's already established, so I don't know if I can trust. I don't know if I can trust this practice. I don't know if I can trust myself. But if you feel pushed to do moon magic, or if you feel inspired by it, research it, look into it, and find your own way. That's really what I'm feeling. Is like, find your own way, find your own practice, write your own grimoire. I feel like you guys might be very thorough people. Um, you're naturally very thorough people, and so it could really help you if you're inspired by moon magic to do thorough research. Get some books on it, understand the history of moon magic, and then understand how it's been utilized in other practices. You might stumble across a practice that resonates with you, or you might stumble across, oh my God, I can't speak. You might stumble across, God, you might stumble across a practice that is open and um, aligns with your beliefs, aligns with what you feel, aligns with what makes sense to you. And then it's kind of like you'll be rewarded for that because you followed what inspired you. You'll be in this space of like, man, I'm glad I looked into this. I'm glad I researched this. I'm glad I gave this a shot. That's what I feel for you guys. So as far as your spell work, it feels as though whatever practice that you did, it's not going to work for you because it's out of alignment with you. You're using this particular spell work practice because it's already established, but the issue is that it's not in alignment with you. So you got to find something that aligns with you. All right, you guys. That is all I'm getting for you. So, I really hope that this reading was helpful in any way, shape, form, or fashion. And if it was, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you guys will get notifications of when I'm doing another reading like this again. I love focusing on spell work. So, in any way I can help strengthen your spell work and tap more into your power, I want to help you guys do that. All right, you guys, thank you so much for your support. I appreciate every single one of you, and I will talk to you next time. Bye. Alrighty, hello, pile 2. You chose Carnelian. Okay, so I'm very interested about what's going on with your spell work. So we're going to be looking into what's going on, what blockages are happening, how successful, just basically like whatever comes up. So give me 1 second as I shuffle your cards so we can look into your energy, or the energy of your spell work. All right, what is going on with pile 2 spell work? Okay, joy, success, enlightenment, marriage, vitality, disorganization, overwhelmed, overcommitted, naivety, lack. Okay. Alrighty, so pile 2, I feel like you guys, you may have put a little bit too much to your spell. This is how this energy is coming across. I feel like you have I feel like you guys can be some very powerful spell workers. I really feel that way, but I feel like you put too much to your spell. I think that the word that's standing out to me the most is overcommitted and overwhelmed. And, yeah, honestly, all three, disorganization, overwhelmed, overcommitted. Overcommitted is the strongest word. I feel like you guys may have put like several things into one spell. So it's kind of like you said, okay, I'm going to do this, and then I'm going to manifest this, and then I'm going to make this happen, and then I'm going to make this happen, and then I'm going to make this happen, and then I'm going to make this happen. And you put all of that into one spell, and now there's too much on your plate, there's too much in your hands. So it feels like the spell will have a tough time manifesting because you put too much into it. If it's not that you put um if it's not that you put too much commitment to it, you may have put too much stuff. Like maybe you put too many herbs in there. Because we do have naivety or naivete, um, lack of direction, chaos, recklessness, stupidity. You're not stupid. Okay. That's just what one of the key words says here. So, yeah, I do feel like you guys may have overwhelmed your spell. You may have either overwhelmed the candle or, whatever form of magic that you did. You may have overwhelmed the candle or you may have overwhelmed yourself. Um, I kind of feel like you might be telling yourself that this is what you have to do. Yeah. You have the Seven of Cups. It says new possibilities, fantasy, illusion, meditation, decisions. Oh, I see what happened here. Okay, so y'all couldn't make up your mind. That's what I'm getting. You guys weren't really able to make up your mind, so you kind of did an all in one type of spell. So let's say, like, you did a protection spell, but then you also wanted to do like a money spell. So you threw in some like some money manifestation in there, and then maybe a little bit of love. Like your spell wasn't entirely cohesive and it was packed too much. So you guys, you have the right energy because you have the sun here. So this means that the sun energy is really good to have when um you're wanting to pull things in, especially like with manifesting. So you guys have the right attitude. It's just, I feel like you guys may have gotten a little bit too excited, you know? It's like, I'm going to do this and then I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen. I'm going to make this happen. You put too much in there. So, especially if you did a candle spell. So be careful because if you put too much, like too many herbs into your candle, that can make your candle set on fire. Okay. You might end up with like a broken candle. Some of you guys may have had a broken candle, like your candle broke, the glass broke. Excuse me. There was just too much going on. This is interesting. It says, are you being too impulsive? Yeah. Are you getting restless at an unfulfilling job? The Fool is telling you to be cautious, plan carefully, and be aware of your surroundings before making changes. So I do feel like you guys got a little bit too impulsive. Oh, also, if you didn't put if you didn't do like an all-in-one spell, you guys may have like lit multiple spells, right? Like you said, okay, I'm gonna do a protection spell, and then I'm gonna do a love spell, and then I'm gonna do a money spell, and then I'm gonna do a manifestation spell. Like I feel like you guys did you could have done a lot of spells all in one, and that's too much. I feel like you may have done too much and that's difficult to keep up with, and that can make you very disorganized. Um yeah, I feel like you guys may have overcommitted. So you're going to have to prioritize here. What is more important? You're going to have to take this step by step. What can you actually handle? Because you only have two hands, right? So you might have enough power to do two spells at once. I know for me, I can only do one at a time. Okay. Multiple spells is a lot because that's a lot of energy you got to keep track of. That's a lot of energy you're going to have to read into to see like, okay, what is going on with my spell? Why isn't it working? Why is it working? What's happening? And there can also be some energetic interferences that you'll have to work through. So let's say if you're doing all four spells all at once, but your money spell has some obstacles that needs to be tended to, that's going to be incredibly overwhelming because you got three other spells that are still going that also probably have their own obstacles that need tended to. But your money spell also has obstacles that need tended to. So that's really overwhelming. So when we're doing spell work, um, we like to hope for best case scenario, but sometimes obstacles and barriers and other things can come up that we need to address in order to get the result that we want. So there are some things here that you're going to have to take at a time. I would say for your energy, maximum two spells at a time. Don't try to overwhelm. Don't try to do too much all at once. Like you might be trying to manifest love or manifest multiple partners or do a cord cutting. Like you need to breathe. I understand spell work is exciting and it does create results, but you got to do two at a time, two spells at a time. Breathe. Try not to do too much at a time so you guys can keep up with it. You're going to have to do this in an organized fashion. So, I want to take a look at your manifestation oracle to see what comes up for you guys to help support what it is that you're trying to manifest, okay? We're going to pull from the top. Yeah, but the Seven of Cups at the bottom, it does feel a bit indecisive. Like you guys may have activated multiple spells all at once. If it wasn't multiple spells, then it was, you may have overstuffed or overpacked one spell, or you have one spell that has multiple intentions, and you gotta focus. Or if it's not focusing, just bring the spell quantity down. I really feel like two is a good is your max right now. And do the two most important to you. So if money and love are the two most important to you, handle those, get those out of the way, and then you can work on your protections. Just do the two most important for you right now. All right, and we're going to shuffle this one more time. Okay. Reveal what needs to be seen. Yeah, attend to the details. Take a reality check. Okay, so yeah, you guys can't even see that. Hold on. Right, reveal what needs to be seen, attend to the details, take a reality check. Okay. So, yes, there is a need to ground yourself right now and kind of be in reality for a second, be real. It is giving like be so for real right now. What are you doing trying to do multiple spells at once? You're gonna have to tone it down just a little bit so that you can keep up with it all. With reveal what needs to be seen, this definitely if you're feeling the overwhelm, then honor that feeling for sure. There's something that there's a level of stress here that you're needing to address, that you're needing to face. And so be honest with yourself. Like, it's okay to say, like, this is too much. I'm feeling very overwhelmed right now. There's a lot of things coming up. There's a lot of things that I need to face right now. And keeping track of all of these spells is bringing up a lot of stuff. And I need to really prioritize or figure out what's important to me right now. And with attend to the details, with attend to the details, it's like, okay, now that you recognize what's seen, now that you recognize what's coming up, let's focus that. Like, okay, well, let's address this. So if you did a money spell and your credit isn't good, then it's time to take a look at the details of your credit. Like, that's what spell work can do. It can start pushing you and clearing out these things that are blocking you. So if, like I said, if you did a money spell and your credit score is an issue, then that's a detail you need to look at. And then with take a reality check, it's be so real with yourself. And again, yeah, be real. Be real with how much you can actually handle. Be real with how much is actually possible. It is not possible to handle this many spells all at once for your one situation. That is way too much. So, right now, the focus is what is coming out, what is at the top of your energy that is really wanting to be seen and expressed and felt, what is needing to be processed, what is coming up for you primarily. Tend to that and make sure that you're being practical about how much you put on your plate, because this is a fantastic way to burn yourself out. If you do so many spells at once, this is going to burn you out quick. So, that's all I'm getting for you guys is you're overwhelming yourself. You have a ton of energy, but your energy can quickly get depleted if you're doing too much all at once because a lot can start to come up. So take things what I feel is like two spells at a time, two at a time. Figure out what is your most prominent priorities, tend to those details, and take your practical steps. Be realistic about what you're actually able to address right now in the moment and what will have to be addressed later. Okay. Because you're not going to be able to do it all at once. I know some of you are really going to, I know some of you really want the results right now. I know you want all the results all of right now, but that's just not possible. So just prioritize what's important, work through that first, balance that out, clear that out, and then you can move on to the next spell. Okay. All right, you guys, that's it. That's all I'm getting for you. I hope this reading was helpful in any way. And if it was, don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you guys will get notifications of when I'm doing another reading like this again. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye. Alrighty, hello, pile three. You guys got the labradorite. So this is feeling pretty strong. You guys might be some experienced spellcasters here. Or maybe you're just a natural at it. So let's see what's going on with your spell work. Here, I'm just going to look into whatever comes up, you know, blockages, whether or not your spell is working, some tips you may need, all that. And I'm just going to shuffle these one more time. What is going on? Teamwork, implementation, learning, collaboration, overspending, greed, possessiveness, stinginess, marriage, romantic love, unity, partnership, connection. All right, pile three. I'm wondering. Did I say partner three? Pile three. I'm wondering if you guys are needing to. I wonder if you guys are like supposed to work with other people or work with. There is this energy of like collaboration here that I'm feeling, and I feel like this might be with actual people. You might be in this space where you don't want to share your spell work. I don't know how to explain this. It's kind of like you would prefer to do this on your own. There's this energy of you wanting to protect like your knowledge, what you have, what you've attained, what you have obtained. But I feel like you would do well working with someone, like sharing your spell work with someone or with someone trusted, or working in partnership with someone will like amplify your spell work. I feel like you might be looking at your gifts. You might be looking at your spell work as something that you're giving away, when in reality, you're actually multiplying on top of it when you work with someone. I feel like you might benefit from working with someone. You might be resistant to being in collaboration with certain people. Like you don't want to. Oh, you okay. So I'm assuming that you guys probably got betrayed or you got backstabbed before, because you do have the Ten of Swords showing up in the reverse. It says recovery, regeneration, mending, moving upward. So I do feel like you guys, that's and let me show you what that looks like actually. So you guys have the Ten of Swords and the reversed at the bottom of your deck. So that's making me wonder if you've been backstabbed or you're afraid of being backstabbed. Either way, they're both the same thing, right? Like whether you've been backstabbed or you're afraid of it, the fear is still there, is what I'm trying to say. So there's a fear of betrayal, there's the fear of being backstabbed. But I feel like right now, I feel like there's so much more that you can get out of your spell work. And I feel like your spell work is meant to be shared with another. Because the way that your spell work works is that, yes, you get results, but because of your way of thinking, because the way your mind works, you kind of stay trapped in your ways. And when you collaborate with someone, you get fresher perspectives that can help amplify your spell work. So I feel like when you work in partnership with people, your spell work amplifies. Like you would benefit from that. Otherwise, you're kind of going to stay stagnant. It's like your spell work will stay stagnant. Like I feel like you guys, you get results. Your spell work, like you get results. You have no problem manifesting, but your results, they stay the same. It's the same amount, and you can get more. You can amplify, you can expand your practice, and you can become stronger. It's a collaborative thing, is what I feel. Yeah. It's like you can amplify someone else's spell work and they can amplify yours. And I think that's what you guys need to look out for when you start working with people, is when you are sharing your spell work with people, are they giving back to you? Just be mindful of how much the other party or other people are taking. Are they giving back to you? Are they adding to you, or are they just taking? I heard backstabbed. Yeah, you guys are very protective over what you have, and that's understandably so. You don't want it to get stolen, and you don't want to get backstabbed. It's like you don't want to feel used, and you may not want this used against you, or you don't want this used against you. But I definitely feel that Spirit is urging you guys to open yourself up to working with other people, because they have something to share with you. There is a bit of selfishness here that I'm feeling from you, and it's valid. However, I feel like you have this mentality where you are the only one that has something worthwhile giving, and that's not entirely true. Yes, what you have is valuable, but there are other people that also have valuable things as well. So what you share can help empower and amplify the power of another person. And when you collaborate with another person, it helps amplify your power as well. So your spell work, while you get results, there is a need for you to expand. And you're not going to be able to if you're not collaborating, if you're not partnering, if you're not working with other people. So there's just a need to make sure that who you're working with are people that pour back into you. You also might be someone who wants to you want to teach, or you have you have a I'll say like you have a knack for teaching, or you have a pull to teaching, but I primarily feel that you guys like to share. I do. I feel like at the core of it all, you like to share because you like the collaborative experience, and that's where your spell work thrives the most. That's how your spell work thrives the most. It's like when you show up, make sure that um, what the other person has is of equal value, you know? All right, let's take a look here. Yeah, shine. Put yourself out there. Lighten up. Yup. Yup, yup, yup. Know your worth. That's exactly what I said. Like when you show up, make sure everyone else is showing up the same way. Let me make sure you guys are. Oh, yeah, work through your feelings. Yep. Okay, let's push this up so you guys can see the cards. All right, so we have shine, lighten up, know your worth. I feel like you're going to end up, when you allow yourself to lighten up and when you allow yourself to collaborate with other people, this is going to be very healing because it's going to allow you to experience seeing your worth from people that actually value what you have to offer, and they want to reciprocate. You know, they value you and your mind and the way that you think and your power. With lighten up, this is definitely referring to that Ten of Swords energy. So I feel like this can help. What can help you to lighten up is a shift in your perspective, right? And it's like, okay, acknowledging that you are someone that likes to collaborate, but you like to collaborate with people that are on equal footing. You don't want to be in a position where someone is taking and copying and doing mock versions of what you're doing, and marketing it as their own. You want to work with people that have established themselves, that are very well established, and that are solid. They are sure-footed in their own beliefs. um I feel like you don't want to be in a position where um someone is like new to the practice, and they're they're learning from you and they're taking from you, and then they market it as their own. You don't want to be in that position. I feel like you work best with people that are well experienced, because I feel you are solitary in a way, but you do well with other solitary people. Like you do well with other experienced people, and that's where you need to be. You got to find people that have gone through some shit just like you did, that have gained the same amount of XP that you did, that can relate to your experiences, and that's very possible. That is real, that is here. So with shine and lighten up, this is about putting yourself out there, allowing other people to see you. um and you'll see like just how much sharing sharing your ideas, sharing your practice, sharing what you've learned is of worth and is worthy of respect. So otherwise, here's what I'm seeing for your guys' spell work, okay? You do well when you collaborate with other people because it allows you to expand and grow. I strongly feel that you guys are some strong spell casters. I feel that. I really feel it in my hands. Like, I feel like you're really good at, bringing tangible results, but I feel it in my hands. Like you guys are very potent, strong spellcasters, and you need to be around other strong spellcasters. Um, because unfortunately, yes, there are people that will just take advantage. They will take your knowledge, market it as their own, or they'll just use you. they'll just come to you and use your knowledge and make it seem like they want to just be your friend when in reality they just want your power. Like that's really all it is. So I understand you wanting to stay away from people that are just greedy and wanting to take from you, and how that has turned you into like, well, I need to protect this. But that's not how you operate. Your protection is valid, but that's not how you operate, because you are someone that garners a lot of experience. So the only way you can do that is by interacting with other experienced people. That is how you empower your spell work. So try not to stifle your spell casting. Try not to don't stifle your don't stifle your spell work. Don't stifle your power. Don't stifle your expansion because you're trying to be overprotective of your power. It's understandable, but that is not how you expand. You expand through experience, and you have to experience new people, and you got to get fresh perspectives, and the only way you can get that is through working with other people. So, don't stifle yourself that way. Just make sure that you're working with people that are on your level or higher, honestly. Like, they know some shit that you didn't even think of. Then those are the people that you want to work with. You know what I mean? And you're allowed to gatekeep. You're allowed to be a little bit gatekeepy. You have to, because people are greedy out here, as you know. So otherwise, that's all I'm seeing for you, pile 3. You guys are some magical, powerful people. And so I understand this need to be overprotective, but you're strong when you collaborate. So collaborate with people, expand your knowledge, expand your expertise, expand yourself. All right, that's it. That's all I got for you. So I hope this reading was helpful in any way. Um, if you guys, what was I gonna say? Oh yeah, if you guys did find this reading to be helpful, please don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe to my channel so you guys will get notifications of when I'm doing another reading like this again. Thank you all so much. I appreciate every single one of you, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye.